Hello everyone. This is Wilson Cole. I'm president of Adams, Evans, and Ross and Backdoor Hiring Solutions, and I want to talk to you about segmenting. And segmenting, most people that are in business, or at least my experience has been, a lot of them come from a sales background. They were really good, so they could bring in tons of clients. They go into business and bring in the clients and all of that good stuff. And we've always heard from different marketing books or MBA courses that segmentation, micro segmentation, getting your markets down. You're going to treat this market slightly different than the other. I want you to do that with your existing clients when you're extending out credit, and that is segment that client base so you know how to have your credit department, or even how you need to react with them. The one thing that I would recommend, and this is something that we've talked about in years past, is segment them in an A size, a B size, and a C size. And that A size is going to be those very large national companies. And these are the ones that are publicly traded, or they're just massive companies that are going to be household names. Then your B-size companies can still be very profitable companies, but they're going to be regional. They may be a chain of dealerships or a chain of grocery stores or something along those lines. Still very large companies, very profitable. And you're going to kind of have those segmented into a B format. And then your C-size companies. And realistically, in my opinion, this is where probably 70-80% of your client base may come, unless you're dealing in those upper ends of companies. But those are the privately held companies. Now, they may be insanely profitable, but they're still privately held, typically by a couple of people or a family. And those are going to be the C-size companies. And here's what I want you to kind of keep in mind. The biggest thing that you're going to have with these large A-size companies is you're going to have massive red tape. Typically, if things flow properly, you're going to get paid. You may get paid at 60 or 90 days, but that's just their payment that's going to flow through. The problem that you're going to run into is if you don't get paid, it's going to be a system error typically on their side. Now, it could be some corporate cover your backside, but what you want to do is you want to find out when you're trying to collect where the breakdown was. Was it on timesheets? Was it on signed contracts? Was it the invoice didn't go to the proper person? That's how you're going to kind of focus on getting those type of collections done. On the regional companies, if you haven't been paid, it's going to be similar, less bureaucracy. It's kind of a hybrid of the two, because they may be a regional company, easy for you to say there, but a regional company. But it's one of those to where they're going to have some bureaucracy. If you haven't been paid, they're again kind of dig down, find out why. It could be a cash flow issue. It may be where just some proper paperwork, or you may wind up having some turf battles. Maybe HR and the hiring manager if you're a recruiter, or maybe they brought in an MSA contract or whatever. Those are going to typically be where you want to stick the fight. Then you have the C-size company. This typically isn't a red tape. This typically isn't something just got caught up in the cogs. This is a very personal collection. Typically, if they're not paying you, it's either because they're having financial issues. It's a point in principle to where the client and the owner of the other company are going head to head, and they're not going to do it because it's turned into this ego match. What we also find is that the owner or family members are very attached to the money that they want to, that you need to be paid for your services. On the recruiting side, a lot of times we'll see where spouse, regardless if it's male or female, sometimes doesn't want to pay the $20,000 or $30,000 fee because that may be the vacation next year. That may be the kid's college fund. So their incentive to not pay you is very personal. Sometimes it can also be where the owner is trying to hold on to cash flow or things along those lines. The way you go about collecting on all of those are going to be different, but also how you follow up and how you recheck credit. We do a whole webinar on how to check credit and how to segment, But I want you to realize that the A and B companies, yeah, look at the news, check their credit, and especially if you're extending, whether it's 50,000 or 500,000, wherever that's a problem is for you, certainly look into that. But if you're dealing with a small company, you want to recheck that credit a minimum of once every 12 months, because if it's a small company, if there's a divorce, change of ownership, something along those lines, that can totally take a good client and move them, to a high credit risk if their personal situation has changed. So as you spend time segmenting your market, and from a sales standpoint, internally, have your people do the same thing on a credit and collection standpoint. If we can help you with any collections, please visit us at our website at staffingdebt.com and book a 30-minute free consultation with one of our credit and collection specialists. Or you can also visit us at backdoorhires.com, and we can try to find you missed placements or conversion fees where people have started working for your client. You didn't realize that. Look forward to talking to you. Hey guys, it's Wilson again, and this video was brought to you by Adams, Evans, and Ross. And if you like the video, please make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also like the video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below as well. If you'd like to learn more about our company, please visit our website at staffingdebt.com. And also remember, if there's no collection, there's absolutely no cost at all.